Hi guys, and welcome back to the astrology series. So today I'm announcing a new topic and we're looking at your beauty, your style, your appearance based on your rising sign, your Venus sign, as well as your sun sign. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Taurus, rising sun and Venus in this video, and I'm going to be giving you guys tips to embrace your zodiac signs beauty, so to say, and I'm going to explain a little bit, and I'm going to be doing a little analysis of certain celebrities as well that have a Taurus sun rising or a Venus, and what really helps them embrace their zodiac and embrace their beauty and embrace their style in that way. So, and I'm going to talk about some personal observations for the zodiac signs where I have personal observations, and just make this a very fun video. But you know, the most important thing is always to dress and to do what makes you feel good. 100%. These are just for entertaining purposes and could give some advice for those who resonate or who are curious about it. So let's first start with, why are we looking at sun signs, Venus signs, and rising signs? Okay, so there's a little bit of a knowledge behind that. First of all, rising signs. So rising signs in astrology are probably the second, Venus I would say as well, super important to look, well, the most important, I would say the most important to know when we're looking at style and what are kind of like our physical body and our physical features are like. Because the rising sign, you can notice if you know your time of birth, the rising sign is the energy that's literally the self. It's literally like the physical self, the part of us that people see, that we present to the world, the first impressions that we make. It's very, very, very related to how we carry ourselves into the world, what we like to show to people, what people notice about us. So it's very, very related as well to how we dress and how we look, all right? So if you have your rising sign in Taurus, you can watch this video. I'm gonna get into it in a little bit. And some celebrities with a rising sign in Taurus. Oh, sorry. I have Miley Cyrus as a rising sign in Taurus. Gigi Hadid is very famous for her Taurus energies as a sun, as well as her rising in Taurus. All right, I'm gonna go over the other ones in a little bit. So another thing is your Venus sign. So my Venus, for example, is in Taurus, so I'm going to use that a little bit of an example. I know Ariana Grande, her Venus is in Taurus, for example. So basically your Venus sign is your beauty, what you consider to be beautiful, but also often your own beauty. And Venus is super linked to creativity, to aesthetic. So often your Venus sign also reveals what you find beautiful, what you find aesthetically pleasing, how you express your creative energy, as well as what other people see when it comes to you, and what makes you beautiful, what, you know, makes you aesthetically pleasing, so to say. So this is something to look into as well. And your sun signs, so often the sun sign you're born under can also give an element of your appearance. So sometimes water signs, people with water sign energy, risings as well, but also sun signs can have a little bit more, like I'm a Cancer sun, for example. I think it's visible in my appearance because I have a little bit more of these round cheeks and a little bit more, I also address, according to my sun sign, look at the Cancer video if you want to know more about that, but also according to your Venus and rising, right? So that's the 3 planets that you would look at mostly when you're trying to figure out, what is my beauty, what is my style, how can I dress accordingly? How can I embody this energy in what I show out and show to the world? And naturally, you probably already do, but if you even embrace it more, you can really, really shine in that energy. All right. So first of all, let's start with your element. Okay. So Taurus energy is the element of earth. So sometimes earthy tones like browns, beige, I don't know how to say that, beige, green tones, like could be something that you like, grounded colors, even like kind of brown reddish colors, like you could like those colors because they kind of resonate with your element. But we also have to look beyond the elements. And sometimes people with Taurus energy also, because you guys have two things. On the one hand, you're an earth sign, so you also like to dress for maybe sometimes practicality or comfort, but then you're also ruled by Venus. So yeah, you know, when we're looking into beauty, Taurus rising Venus and Sun naturally have a beauty to them. And with emphasis on the natural, I often feel like people with a lot of Taurus placements, the way to embody their beauty also within like makeup or stuff like that, it's often less is more. Like even if you look at, for example, Gigi Hadid, I think she's a great example for today's video. She naturally has a very, like, I'm not saying other people don't, but she naturally has a beautiful face. She naturally looks quite luxurious, and that's another thing about Taurus energy. You guys rule the second house of finances. You guys are ruled by Venus, so there you have a natural elegance and luxurious vibe to you that is incredibly great to embrace in your style. So you don't have to wear things that are, let's say, $1,000, like hundreds of dollars, but often you can still dress as if that is the case, because you're ruled, again, I still wanted to say a little bit more about Venus. You're ruled about from this planet of beauty, and the Taurus side of beauty, I would say, is that very natural beauty, that carrying yourself with carrying yourself with self-respect and elegance and self-esteem. And often if you embrace, like I feel like with Taurus placements, they grow into more and more of their self-esteem, because that is something that is very related to their zodiac sign. And obviously, you know, most people grow into that more, but sometimes with Taurus energy that can become quite visible too. And yeah, so Venus energy, you could naturally look wealthy. And then we also have Taurus Venus, also, like I said, Ariana Grande. And something interesting to me is that I've seen this with Taurus placements. They often do like to dress casual too. Like on the one hand, they can dress like very luxurious and very aesthetically pleasing and get out the nicest fabrics, because Taurus, you're related to the senses. So what you like is things that look good, things that feel good, things that smell good. And often this is your superpower in your clothing. So maybe maybe you could shift, right? Maybe you could, when you go out, you can wear the most beautiful satin dresses with the most beautiful fabrics. And when you're like more casual, you really like your comfort, because Taurus is also a comfort seeker. It loves luxury, but it equally loves comfort. So often wearing like a big hoodie where you're comfortable and nice and warm, and where, you know, you don't have any tags anywhere or anything that can kind of annoy you, but things that just feel soft and feel good. That's really what Taurus likes, that keep you warm, that keep you kind of snuggled in a way too. So yeah, that's because of your Venus energy. So yeah, sometimes you can go to both extremes with that. And another thing that is important to note when we're looking at the Taurus style and beauty is what you rule. So there is basically all zodiac signs rule a certain part of the physical body, and Taurus, you rule the neck as well as the voice. So I feel like Taurus people, especially like I said, Sun, Venus, and Rising, you can look amazing in jewelry, especially like a necklace, because you often have something about your neck that is either divined or something about it that stands out. So especially if you accessorize it, if you wear nice jewelry, and I think jewelry in general looks very great on Taurus. I think the color, personally, maybe I'm biased, but I feel like the color gold looks very good on Taurus too, because it is associated with that abundance, with that wealthy look that you naturally have. So but simple, you know, it's not like fire signs may go a little bit more bold. Earthy goes simple, elegant, luxurious, and especially Taurus if we're looking at the signs. So gold jewelry, or like I said, necklaces in general, because you rule the neck, or yeah, even like some nice rings or something, plainly, like simply luxurious. That's the look to go for, quite natural. All right. Yeah, so let's see what else. Let's look a little bit more into some placements, because I've talked about Gigi, and I'm gonna let you guys see some of her looks as well, but I'm also gonna talk about some male things from the men, you know, male styles, because I know that there's also men watching my videos that may want some tips and tricks on the style department. So I think I'm gonna show you like one of Gigi's most viral looks, and it was this earthy toned, like this beige runway dress. It's so simple, but it looks so good on her, with like the gold earrings, and she just carries that dress like, and it is such a Taurus look to me. It looks so good on her, and it looks so luxurious, but in a like, we're not overdoing it type of way. All right, so I also will show you a little bit of Ariana's more comfort looks. So she was very well known, right, for her oversized sweater with the boots, and I thought it was also her embracing her Cancer and Taurus energy of comfort, yet making it into a statement piece, and I love that. And we also have Jessica Alba, like beautiful, like, oh my god, one of the most beautiful women I know, and she also, here in those two that I'm showing you, is embracing earthy tones, very simple yet looks very elegant with the jewelry, and something where she just puts together like sweatpants and whatever, and on a Taurus it'll still look good. It'll still look good. And for the men, I feel like because Taurus, there's so much related to like business and money, like a Taurus in a suit can really look good when you're embracing your male elegance or female elegance. A suit can look great on you too. And even with Johnny Depp, he has significant Taurus placements as well, like wearing a simple outfit, but he was still wearing the jewelry, the earring, the necklace. Yeah, is that, all of a sudden I forgot the word, and it looked absolutely amazing on him. And then we have one more male example. Just let me look up the chart real quick so I don't make any mistakes. It's Austin Butler. Again, I feel like to his features, there's a natural elegance that he has, like this naturally beautiful energy, and he looks amazing in a suit, and he looks amazing in, yeah, he does have some of that Leo energy too. So sometimes you'd see him dress more boldly, and other times you see him dress quite casually, and yet it looks amazing on him. And lastly, we have Miley Cyrus as a rising, so you can still see a difference, right? To Taurus with water will maybe lean more towards comfort, and before with, like, for example, Taurus with fire might lean more to also adding some more bold elements into that too. So Miley Cyrus, again, her face, she has a Taurus rising. She has always had this very naturally beautiful energy to her where she doesn't need a lot of makeup, she doesn't need a lot done, and it's visible on her. Oh, so basically, let me close the reading with my personal observations. So I'm a Venus in Taurus, and in my sidereal astrology, I am a moon in Taurus, a Venus in Taurus, and a Mars in Taurus. So I definitely feel like I'm familiar with Taurus energy. And I like to dress according to some of the things that I said. Like I always have some statement jewelry and trying to embrace. Throughout the years, I've learned to try and embrace more natural sides of myself, because I used to always try and do the most. You know, I used to wear a lot of makeup, like hair extensions, over exaggerate certain things out of my own insecurities, feeling like I always had to do more to look better. And as I was working on my self-esteem through my own healing, through my own journey, I started to feel like also in my style, it's almost been down, it's not been downgrading as in it's become less, but it's been learning to strip away all those I need extra to look a certain way, and feeling like the most beautiful version of myself is allowing my natural side out, you know? And you could even look at where your Venus is, or your Venus in particular in your astrology houses. So mine is in the 8th house. So I have had my emo phase. I do like a good, like a bit more of, an edgier look at times too. But it's a little bit more, I show less of that. It's a bit more hidden for me. So you can look at the houses to even see what elements, you know, that might add to your Venus sign, or that might add to your sun sign, that could even be incorporated in your style. So I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, do you have Taurus energy in your chart? How do you like to dress, and how do you like to express yourself and your beauty? Thank you guys for watching. Bye.